Mikel Arteta, the Arsenal manager, after Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's match-winning performance against Everton. He's our most important player. No doubt the impact he has in this team. We will have to convince him to stay with us. Gab, Aubameyang, he's 30. Barcelona seem to be pretty interested in his services just a few short weeks ago. What are the chances you think Arsenal can keep him?
Well, I think it obviously is going to depend on a number of factors. I think Arteta's statement that, Aubameyang is their most important player, I think it really lays down a marker, because it says to the club, we need to go out of our way. He's already one of Arsenal's highest earners. I think he's the second highest after Mesut Ozil. But the issue is, this is a team that's rebuilding. And, they're rebuilding to be competitive in a couple of years' time. And if keeping Aubameyang is going to mean, a long-term contract that takes him up to when he's, 34, 35 years old, and ties you up with a ton of money, that may not be the right thing for Arsenal. So I think it's going to depend on what sort of suitors out there, who's looking for center forward. Barcelona saying, I wouldn't worry about that too much. The last thing they need is another guy pushing 30 in the mix. I think that was more of something in January. But you know what? If he waits around till the summer, he's got a year left on his contract, I think he'll be attractive to a lot of teams. And I think that's where Arsenal would have to worry.
Well, he's done very little except score goals, hasn't he, in North London? Once again, Premier League's joint top scorer with 17, at level with Jamie Vardy, ahead of Aguero and Danny Ings.
It's a difficult one, because if you don't tie him down in a long-term contract on big money, it's going to take a shed load of money to replace him. And look, Arsenal will know there's no, if they were to lock him down for another 3 or 4 years, that's pretty much the end of his career, or the end of his value in the transfer market. So you're not getting any value back, but what you're getting is proven quality. Now, to go out and replace his goals and his performances is going to take the best part of 100 million. I think the difficulty is convincing, and I think the point Gab was touching on is convincing Aubameyang that they are going to buy players in the summer, they are going to be improving, they are going to be in title fights within the next year or two.
I don't think they've got an option. They
have to keep him,
They have to keep him. He's the captain, he's absolutely the talisman right now. And how are they supposed to try and get better and attract other players if they're letting their better players go? So I don't think they have an option here. And I think it's the right thing to do. And I think it's the right thing for him as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you think he wants it? He's 30, he may have one big move
At
left.
his prime, he was scoring lots of goals for Dortmund, and all the big, so-called big teams weren't interested. So why would it any different now? He's at a place where he's loved, he's doing fantastic. Why wouldn't you stay there?
I mean, it's a big enough job that Arteta has with the recruitment. It's a big enough job without having to go out and find a replacement for him, when you've got to find a replacement for quite a few others.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.